Hey Austin. So I tried a couple things and I don't think it's necessarily better, but it gets rid of I think it gets rid of the part where it overlaps itself. So this is how I did that at the very least. Um, so the original chair model is this one, right? Um, so essentially what a closed loft does is it takes your original three um, where did those go? Did those get deleted? The original three, I think there's some in this one maybe. Okay. So a closed loft means that the first shape connects back to the last shape. So it's connecting 1, 2, 3, and then it's connecting back to over here. And this one found a very inventive way to get back to there somehow, which I still don't totally get. But in order to get something that won't overlap, I didn't, part of me wanted to figure out how to make like these shapes happen by kind of like making a curve that made each one of these and blending them. But at the end of the day, it was just getting really complicated and it seemed like you already had the form you wanted. It just needed a little bit of tweaking. So I took your original shapes and I did the same thing. I did loft, 1, 2, 3, hit enter. Those are all fine, hit enter again. Except here where I did a closed loft and then I think I did uniform maybe. I don't really remember what I did there. Maybe I'll keep it on normal. And then over here I changed this to rebuild with 40 control points. And that's just to make it look a little bit less crazy. So then I hit OK. Then once I took this, I did contours of this. So I'm going to copy this somewhere else, just so you can see that separately. C enter, S enter, S enter. No objects are selected, my bad. All right. So I'm contouring this. My base plane is here, perpendicular to it is this way, and I did every 6 inches. Okay, and then I got rid of this, and that left me with these forms, and I have like these kind of inner forms, and I have these outer forms. And the issue is the inner forms intersect the outer forms right now. So I wanted to change that so that no longer happened. So I copied all of these forward 5 feet. And then I copied them forward again 5 feet. The 5 feet is just so I can put them back in alignment with each other easily because that's easy to remember. So here I only want to keep whatever is the smallest of everything. And maybe I'll change layers on here so it's a little more visible. Change object layer. Change. Why is it so unhappy? They locked? No. Okay, I know I did there. So here I'm only looking for whatever is biggest. So for each of these, I'm going to highlight just whatever's in that row, hit trim, and trim out anything that's on the inside. Same thing with this, trim. The smallest bits get trimmed out. Same thing here, trim, only trim out the smallest parts. Same thing here, trim out the smallest parts, and trim. Okay, I'm going to take all of these and join them. So select them, hit J, and I have 5 closed curves, which is great, and they're only describing the largest of everything. I'm then also going to simplify these, I think. I'll leave them. Okay, and I want these all to be on the same layer as each other. Then over here, I'm doing the opposite. I'm only keeping the smallest of the intersections. So I'm going to trim, get rid of anything that's on the outside. Same thing here, trim, get rid of the stuff on the outside. Trim, get rid of the stuff on the outside. Trim, oops, cancel. Get rid of the stuff on the outside. And this one, trim, get rid of the stuff on the outside. Wonderful. And I'm going to join these together. 5 closed curves, great, and change them onto here. Okay, now I'm going to, I actually offset these a little bit from these just to give myself a little bit of distance between them. So I offset them on 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. And then I'm offsetting them to the inside. Okay, and then I'm deleting the outer curves. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of some of these. I feel like there's like curve edit. Is there a curve edit? Edit curve. Maybe fit curve. Let's try that. That was no good. Okay, so there might be some, I know there's commands that will simplify curves for you. I don't remember which one's the appropriate one to use right now. Just because there's some harsh edges in here, and I think fillet's not going to do the right thing. I think it's going to, oh no, that did. Maybe that'll work. Okay. Last time I tried fillet corners, it like had a little connection. Okay, so that one's all fine. And let's do that over here too. Just to get rid of any of those really rough spots. Okay, so then I moved these all back 5 feet, so they're back in position and within these. And then I did a loft. And here I selected first all the blue ones, then going back this way, all the pink ones. And then here I went and I made sure to reverse any arrows that are going opposite directions. So I want all my arrows pointing the same way. They're still pointing the same way. I get mixed up about that. Okay, that one's the same way. Those are all the same way. All right. And so then I still want to be a closed loft, so it's going to connect there. And then I think I did rebuilds with a certain number of curves. And then maybe this should be uniform. Or maybe not. I mean, it's still kind of crazy looking. I think that like you could spend some time and like get this to look how you want it to look if you went through and edited these curves. But basically you need a loft that's going to start here, go around, come back around. And so that'll give you this shape, which I hope is still pretty close to your original shape. Let's put that and your original shape next to each other. It looks like it's gotten smaller weirdly. Let's see what these look like rendered. Yeah, you know, your original shape looks a lot nicer. This one gets pretty lumpy. Maybe there's a way to do this with fewer shapes. Maybe it's just too many shapes that I'm using. So let's try that again quick. So I go back to these ones. What if I got rid of and just had those and then did a loft? Try that again. It's just this one arrow is going the wrong way. And does not want to switch. There we go. Up that one too. Well, okay. That looks worse. Let's bring that one over. So I think that's starting to get a little bit nicer. This area is still really kind of wacky. So I think you could go through and fix those lines up and get what you want. But basically the idea is like you're trying to control how it comes back to itself so that it doesn't intersect itself, that you're able to create some separation between the two layers there.